Basically, there are soil details option, boundary details, and cadastral details and population details. So there are the very close the real answer. Cadastral details. Basically, mapping is done in order to assess a particular area or object in a detailed manner. It includes land use, land cover detail, and cadastral detail. Also, there agriculture and hydrological detail also. So there are the correct answer is 3 is the correct answer. It is very important. And once another question there, which of the following indicate the correct set of maps they are used the case of GIS. And basically in this question it is very important and who is of the following indicates the correct set of used in the case of GIS basically. And basically this question is very important. There are the option one in the manipulating, monitoring, and mapping, and also they are modeling and measuring and the manipulating, mapping, model, and third option they are the measuring, monitoring, making, and modeling. And fourth option they are the measuring, monitoring. But there is the change. Sometimes they are the manipulating and fast and second, third, and fourth. So definitely there the answer is number 4, measuring, monitoring, and mapping and modeling is very important. Basically, GIS follows the certain principle and which are accompanied as measuring the parameters and developing maps and monitoring the changes and modeling the alternative of the process. And this is the methodology follow for obtaining a better output. So definitely their answer is 4 is the correct answer. Measuring, monitoring, and mapping and modeling. It is very important. And also another their question is very important. Their population forecast can be done by using GIS. It is the false and true. It is very important question. Population forecast can be done by using GIS. It is the one option that false and two option that true. So definitely it is the true basically. And GIS is not only used in term of planning of a city, but also the estimating the present population and upcoming population. And this can be done by enabling all the features in the GIS, which can reduce the work of estimating population and which is conventionally done by applying formula. So definitely they are true is the correct answer. And next another question is very important. Which of the following software are used for developing vehicles rate? Basically, it is very important. There are the Autodesk rate and Standard Pro and GIS and remote sensor. There when you will give their NtA NET exam, definitely must will read carefully question and 2 times and very carefully. Definitely, this question is which of the following software are used for developing vehicle routes basically. So definitely their GIS is the correct answer. Basically, GIS is used in the field of transportation for the having a clear idea about transportation and the traffic flow in a particular area. And also this help in developing the vehicles in the other routes in the reduce the traffic. So definitely there the option 3 is the correct answer. And one another question very important. If you are new, must you subscribe my channel and share my blog. And longitude are used to represent who is of the following direction. And they are the very interesting. Their option northeast and south, north and east. Basically, question longitude are used to represent who is of the following direction. So definitely there are the east direction is the correct answer. The direction east and west are represented by the longitudes. Basically, who is cover the entire surface of the earth, and every longitude is divided based on the standard meridian and also the place equidistance from each other. So definitely, their east is the correct answer. एंड इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड लाइव चैट ऑन है, आप लाइव चैट भी कर सकते हैं और मेरे से सीधे आप बात भी कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि संडे लाइव तो रहेगा ही एवरी संडे 7 PM, और अदरवाइज डेट में भी लाइव क्लास रहेगा एनटीए नेट का। खास तौर पर मैं बीच में तबीयत ठीक नहीं था तो हमने आ नहीं पाया था, लेकिन अभी कंटिन्यू संडे 7 बजे तो रहेगा ही क्लास। Next, another very important question: what is the metadata? It is very relevant question, very important question. It is data about data, and it is meteorological data. And if you know this answer, must be in comment chat box. It is oceanic data, and it is contour data. So definitely, it is very important. If you know this question answer, must will go to the chat box, live chat option, and type, and then send. And what is the metadata basically? Option 1, 2, and 3, 4. So must will write their number for answering. So definitely, this is the data about the data. It is option 1 is the correct answer. And next, another question: key components. Key components of the spatial data quality. Basically, there are the positional accuracy, and option 2 there are the temporal accuracy, and also there are the lineage and completeness and logical consistency, and all of above. So this is very easy question. All of the above is the correct answer. So another question: the following the example of the geographic field. Very interesting question for you. Air temperature, it is very relevant for geography field. Barometric pressure, so it is very relevant. Elevation, so all of the above definitely is the correct answer. All of the above is the correct answer. And another question: who is of the following is related to GIS? Very interesting question. They are the Euclidean space, Ravangian space, and Pythagorean space, and none of them. The which of the following is related to GIS, and definitely there are the Euclidean space is the correct answer. And one another question: interpolation is made possible by the principle. It's very interesting question. The spatial auto correction and the spatial auto correction, and also there are the thematic auto correction, and also there are the thematic auto correction. And there are the related option. There are sometimes there are hyphen use, and there are the non hyphen use. So definitely the spatial auto correction is the correct answer. So their NtA NET is the not for easy and this type of question. And which of the following belong to the 8 spatial resolution? There are the disjoint, mix, equal, inside, covered by the contain, cover, overlaps. Basically, which of the following belong to the 8 spatial relations? Basically, all the above is the correct answer. It is very relevant question. And another question, the DBMS stand for. There are the DBMS, database management system. It is very easy question for you. So definitely one is the correct answer. Database management system is the correct answer. Once again, there are the question: a GIS package cannot be called full-fledged in the following capabilities are missing. Very interesting. A GIS package cannot be called fulfilled if the following capabilities are missing. There are the data capture and preparation, and also the data storage and data analysis and presentation of the spatial data, and all of it. So a GIS package cannot be called full-fledged if the following capability are missing basically. So there are the all above is a very important: data capture and preparation and data storage, data analysis and presentation of the spatial data. And next, another question for you: among the following which do not come under the components of GIS. It is now very important: the hardware, software, and computer and data also. There the among the following which do not come under the components of GIS. They are the hardware, software, data, hardware, software, computer, and data. So definitely their option C, computer. Basically, their GIS consists of certain components, and which denote the entire the process of the system, and it comprises the hardware, software use and data, and these are having certain features and which are accompanied as they are at the stage. So definitely this is the right answer. Option 3 is the correct answer. And also, which of the following does not determine the capability of GIS? It is very important. Capability of GIS. Basically, definition a map representing cartographic features, and also there the retrieving data, also there the transferring data, and these are the four options is very related to the following that does not determine, basically does not, you remember there are the sometimes question is does not, is not, and so carefully read again which of the following does not determine the capability of GIS. So definitely their option 4, they're transferring data is the correct answer. Option 4, they're the explained and capability of GIS determine its ability to accomplish the work and assigned. It can define a map with database and can represent the cartographic features and can store and retrieve data and many more. And by the doing this, it can act as a source for the development. So it is very important and very question. And also there which of the following acts, basically following acts a benefit of GIS, maintaining the geospatial data and data sharing, also their accurate data information and presence of data retrieval, there are the service also. So this is four options: the maintaining geospatial data and data sharing and accurate data information. So presence of data retrieval service, there the with the following act benefits. Basically, the question, the act a benefit of GIS. What is the act a benefit of GIS? Must will comment. My video automatically they run and sometime they issue, but 2 days now there have no problem. Must will carefully listen, and if you are new, must will subscribe my channel. And also there are the different type of video in this type. So automatically the right answer, maintaining geospatial data. Basically, there are a lot of advantage and regarding the use of GIS and the improve maintaining geospatial data, value added and products and productivity and also efficiency of data can save time and more money, etc. And basically, there are the option A, maintaining geospatial data is the correct answer. Another question, which of the following does not indicate a stage in remote sensing? So it is very important. Which of the following does not indicate a stage in remote sensing? There is a reflectance of energy, transformation of the energy, an energy source, and absorption of the energy. There are the very interesting. So there are the relevant answer is the absorption of the energy. So remote sensing can be defined as the process of obtaining information and without any contact and with the object. In the case of in this process, it is the undergoes several steps for obtaining the required output, and they including the energy source and propagation of the energy and integration of the energy and reflectance of the energy and transformation and uses of the data. So it is very important, and the correct answer option 4 is the correct answer. The absorption of energy is the correct answer. So another question, among the following, which indicate the correct set of classification of data? Very interesting question. Correct set of classification of data. This question is very important for the NtA NET, and there are the option 1, there are the analog and digital, and option 2 the digital binary, and option 3 there are the binary analog, and option 4 there are the vector raster. So it is very important for there are the four options among the following which indicate the correct set of classification of order. If you know must, you will comment live chat. Please answer type their option 1, 2, 3, 4, the analog among the following which indicate the correct set of the classification of data. And so definitely their answer analog digital. Why these are correct answer in the one? Analog digital, basically the data obtained at the end of transmission can be classified as analog and digital format. So this use of the data and depend upon the type of build the software can adopt to show the result. Basically, in general digital format in the mostly and they're mostly probably they are used. So definitely their option one, analog digital, is the correct answer. So it is very important. Must will comment their live chat. Kamlesh Singh, good evening, sir. Good evening. Thank you for watching. So next, another question: which of the following indicate the function of sensor? It is very important. Function of sensor, and transmit energy and absorb wavelength and sensitive to wavelength and reflect energy. So it is very important. Function of a sensor. What is the indicate? Basically, must will read the question two times. They are the indicate the function of a sensor. Basically, function of a sensor. They transmit energy and absorb wavelength and sensitive to wavelength and reflect energy. So definitely their answer, they are the sensitive to wavelength, because a sensor can be defined as an the electromagnetic instrument, and who is serve as a path for recording and transmitting energy, and it is the sensitive to wavelength and yield data on the wavelength of wave transmitted. So it is very important, and there the correct answer, option 3, sensitive to wavelength, is the correct answer. Another question, their correct sequence of transmission of electromagnetic wave in remote sensing system can be given as, they're the energy source and transmission of the signal, and propagation of the signal and transmission of the signal, the stage, they are over the first time, second time, third time. And so here there the energy source and propagation of the energy and transmission of the signal. So there are the four option is very related, and there are the definitely the energy source and propagation of energy and transmission of signal. It is the right answer. Basically, in this process of remote sensing, it goes the certain series of stages for obtaining the data, and the sequence is given in the energy source and propagation of the energy, integration of the energy, reflection of the energy, transmission of the signal, and the uses of data. So definitely option 4 is the correct answer. And also there another question: who is among the following is the first Indian remote sensing satellite? Very interesting question. Must will comment the live chat. Comment the live chat. Who is among the following is the first Indian remote sensing satellite? Quick read, Spot, IRS, 1A, and MOS. If you know, must will comment live chat. Deepak Deepak Patua. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome my channel. Quick breed, Spot, IRS, 1A, and MOS. Must will comment. दोनों स्पीकरी. Good evening. Good evening. गुड इवनिंग. बट आप लोग लेट मत करो, टाइम में जुड़ा करो. लाइव क्लास में 7 बजे से चालू हो गया था. कोई से अमंग द फॉलोइंग इज द फास्ट इंडियन रिमोट सेंसिंग सैटेलाइट? अगर आपको पता है जरूर कमेंट करें. कौन सा सैटेलाइट है फास्ट इंडियन रिमोट सेंसिंग सैटेलाइट, कौन सा है? चलिए देखते हैं. सबसे पहले IRS-1A. IRS-1A इज द करेक्ट आंसर. Basically, IRS-1A is the first Indian remote sensing satellite, and which was launched in the mid 1980s. It is capable for recording the reflect EM waves and from the surface and transmit them to the ground station. It is very important. IRS-1A is the correct answer. Another question: among the following, the correct set of remote sensing classification can be given? There is the active and orbital, active and passive, passive and orbital and satellite. Very important question for you. If you are if you give a NET exam, there are the active orbit and active passive, passive orbit and orbit satellite. Among the following, the correct set and the remote sensing classification, basically there are the correct answer is active. Active, basically remote sensing is the process of orbiting information and without any contact with the object, and this is the including using its own source of the energy or using the another source for reflecting and absorbing. The classification include active and passive and remote sensing. So definitely their answer is the active is the correct answer, option 2. Next, another question: remote sensing use which of the following wave in it is the procedure? Electric field, sonar waves, gamma rays, and electromagnetic waves. So definitely it is very important question for NtA NET geography. And there are the remote sensing use. Who is of the following way in it is the procedure. Basically, this is the correct answer, electromagnetic waves, because their electromagnetic waves, basically, electromagnetic waves are used in case of remote sensing the different waves and present in this spectrum enables us to use a variety of waves based on the condition present and can be able to have a better output. So definitely their option 4 is the correct answer, and electromagnetic waves basically is the correct answer, because the electromagnetic waves are used in case of remote sensing and the different wave present in this spectrum enable us to use a variety of waves based on the condition present and can be able have a better output. So definitely option 4 is the right answer. So another question, which of the following is not a principle of remote sensing? Principle of remote sensing. If you're new, must will subscribe and don't forget the like button, because yeah, it is more inspiration for me. And basically there are the four options: interaction of energy with satellite, and also interaction the energy, electromagnetic energy and electromagnetic spectrum, and also the interaction of energy with atmosphere. Very interesting question for NtA NET. Who is of the following is not? Basically must will read more than 2 times, because sometimes their students are very tense when you exam center, and it's not you can forget the huge not right. And so definitely their following is not a principle of remote sensing. So definitely it is the relevant, very interesting question, that interaction of the energy with the satellite is the correct answer. So because there are the remote sensing involve a certain principle which are applied for having a good result of desired output. The principle are electromagnetic energy and electromagnetic spectrum also, and and interaction of the energy with atmosphere also. So there definitely the option 1, interaction of energy with satellite, is the correct answer. Yes, Sabuddin SK, welcome, Sabuddin. So definitely there are another question: who is among the following waves is having the less wavelength range? It is very interesting. Sometime very important for NET exam. Who is among the following waves is having the less wavelength range basically? And the 0.03 and 0.03 nm and mm, and very different close and the close option, the mm and nm, and they are 0.03 m and 0.03 kilometer. So definitely they are 0.03 nm basically the correct answer. A wide range of wave are present in case of electromagnetic spectrum, and of which of the gamma rays and are having a nano level wave length capability less than 0.03 nm. And don't forget, it is the real answer is the nm basically. And also there are another question: which of the following field is used by the EM waves? Very important question. Solar field, polarized field, electric field, and microfield. So definitely, which of the following field is used by the EM waves? Solar field and polarized field and electric field and microfield. The easy question. It is the electric field is the correct answer. Electric field. Basically, EM waves used to two major source of fields such as the electric and magnetic fields, and both are placed orthogonal to each other in a wave pattern, and the electric components are placed in the vertical and manner and magnetic components in the horizontal manner. So definitely there the electric field is the correct answer, because the EM waves used to two major sources of the field. Okay, electric and magnetic field. So definitely there are the option 3 is the correct answer. And also there another question for you: which of the following is not a classification of scattering principle? Very interesting question, you read carefully. Which of the following is not, and definitely must will remember this questioner is not a classification of scattering principle. There the array scattering and relative scattering and my scattering and non-selective scattering. So definitely in this type of question, for every time 100% that the NtA NET suggests this type of question. So definitely there are the correct answer. Faraday's scattering is the correct answer. Scattering involving the distribution of the light ray in more than two directions. It can be further classified in the Rayleigh scattering and Mie scattering and non-selective scattering. So definitely this is the correct answer. Faraday scattering is the correct answer. Another question: the polar orbiting satellite are generally placed at a altitude range. Basically, this type of question is very relevant for Indian 7 to 15 kilometer, 7,000 to 15,000 kilometer, 700 to 1500 kilometer, and 70 to 150 kilometer. Definitely, you know, there are the orbit of satellite, generally altitude. They are question polar orbiting. Basically, polar orbiting satellite, generally there are the correct answer 700 to 1500 kilometer. Okay, polar orbit. Polar orbit, basically polar orbit, this is the correct answer 700 to 1500 kilometer. Polar orbiting satellite are also known as sun synchronized satellite also, this called, and which are the generally placed in the altitude range 700 to 1500 kilometer from the ground level, and these are able to deliver accurate information about the object and which we need. There are the need access to basically in this question. The right answer is option 3. Next, another question in the electromagnetic field. Basically, which field is placed the horizontal? It is a very interesting question. There are the gamma rays and sonar field and electric field and magnetic field. You know, there are the option 1, 2, 3, 4 in the electromagnetic field. Which field is placed horizontal? Yes, Sabuddin SK, option 3. Which question? Must we type there the question? Uh, and there are the gamma ray, sonar field, and electric field and magnetic field. There are the four options. So definitely their magnetic field is the correct answer. Magnetic field, and the electromagnetic field consists of electric and magnetic field also, and each of them play a major role in there are the uh, perspective area and the placement of electric and magnetic field and depends on the intensity of wavelength, and electric field are placed in a vertical manner and magnetic field in a horizontal manner also. So definitely the magnetic field is the correct answer. It is very interesting. Yes, Sabuddin is the correct. Magnetic field is the correct answer. Next, another question: who is among the following is having more wavelength? Very interesting question. Who is among the following is more having more wavelength? Basically, you know, the X-ray, cosmic waves, radio waves, gamma rays. So definitely, it is very interesting and common question. Who is among the following having the more wavelength? Basically, more wavelength. Who is the following? X-ray, cosmic wave, radio wave. क्या आपको पता है रेडियो वेव गामा वेव? Definitely, radio wave is the correct answer. Basically, radio wave process is the longest wavelength, you know, and the electromagnetic spectrum and which make the suitable in the uses of classified radar for operating a particular region. So definitely, there are the three is the correct answer. Three is the correct answer. Radio waves is the correct answer. Next, another question: optical mechanical. Optical mechanical scanner is using which type of electromagnetic waves? It is very interesting. There are the X-ray, cosmic waves, radio waves, and thermal infrared. So there are the optical mechanical scanner is used in which type of electromagnetic waves? So definitely this question, the optical mechanical scanner. Okay, optical mechanical scanner is used and which type of electromagnetic waves? So definitely this question answer is the thermal infrared is the correct answer. Thermal infrared region has been classified into thermal infrared and reflected infrared, and thermal infrared is equipped with the optical mechanical sensor scanner and a spatial system, and which is free from a film produce image by using the wavelength of range 3 to 5 micrometer. So definitely there are the thermal infrared is the correct answer. Must will, if you are new, must subscribe my channel. There are many video for NtA NET and also PhD guidelines. Also there are UPSC and definitely their career guidelines video and PhD guidelines video. And every Sunday must be live. There are the 7 p.m. and also another video live and uploaded video must be watching. And don't forget press like button. And gamma rays are having wavelength of 0 greater than 0.03 nm and less than 0.03 nm equal to 0.03. Very interesting. Gamma rays are having wavelength. Basically, gamma rays, basically they are the less than 0.03 nm. लाइव चैट ऑन है, आप लाइव चैट कर सकते हैं. In an electromagnetic spectrum, gamma rays are having second least wavelength, and it can be clearly observe that these rays are absorbed by the atmosphere, and which make it possible reach the wavelength which is the less than 0.03 nm. Very interesting. They are 0.03 nm, and basically in an electromagnetic spectrum, gamma rays, basically gamma rays are having second least of wavelength, so definitely the option 3 is the less than. And another question, which of the following indicate the correct set of combination in radio waves? Very interesting. Which of the following indicate the correct set of combination in radio waves? There is the shorter wavelength and high frequency, the longer wavelength, the less frequency, shorter wavelength, the less frequency, and longer wavelength, there are the high frequency. It is very interesting question for following the indicate the correct set, basically correct set, and combination the radio wave. So definitely the shorter wavelength is the high frequency, so definitely option 1 is the correct answer. There from the relation, it can be clarified seeing that wavelength and frequency are inversely proportion to each other, and which make it is the form relation, that is the shorter wavelength and must possess high frequency, which make it is the suitable in case of cosmic rays and radio waves also. So definitely their answer is 1, the shorter wavelength and high frequency is the correct answer. Another question, electromagnetic waves basically varies from dash to dash. If you know this, must will comment quick chat box. There are the meters to nanometers, and meter to micrometer, and nano to micrometer, and centimeter to there are the nanometers. Very interesting question. Electromagnetic waves various from कितना से कितना आपको बताना है, मीटर टू नैनोमीटर्स, मीटर टू माइक्रोमीटर्स, एंड नैनो टू माइक्रोमीटर्स, and centimeter to nanometers. So definitely, the correct answer will be the meters to nanometers. And the electromagnetic wave is a continuum of energy, and which undergoes a certain propagation during the course, and it may undergo some undulation which the resulting decrease of the wavelength capability and the capacity, and generally this vary from meter to nanometer is the uh, correct answer. Option 1 is the correct answer. Another question, which among the following indicate the correct explanation of Wi-Fi? It is very interesting. Wide field sensor and wireless fidelity sensor, and wide fidelity sensor and wireless field sensor. Who is the correct answer? Definitely you type the live chat box. First of all, it is very interesting and right answer, wide field sensor. Wide field sensor. This is the correct answer, option 1. And the expansion of Wi-Fi can be given as wide field sensor, and which is placed on the board of IRS, 1C, and ID satellite. And this play a major role in the determination of the object and specification also. So wide field sensor is the correct answer. Option 1 is the correct answer. And next another question, while mapping land use and land cover, which scale is recommended? Very interesting. While the mapping land use and land cover, and which scale is recommended? कौन सा scale को recommend किया जाता है? 1:4, 25,000, 1 is to 50,000, 1 is to 2 lakhs 50,000, and 1 is to 25. So very easy question. It is the answer is 1 is to 225,000 is the correct answer. In generally, the mapping of the land use and land cover is done so as to have a detailed description about each and every aspect. And for this scale, 1 is to 25,000 scale is recommended as it is can have better visuals also. So it is the important question. Once again, I repeat, while the mapping land use and land cover, okay, land use और land cover की scale, basically scale कौन सा use किया जाता है 1:25,000, okay. And next another question, very important question for you. The sensor used in the digital elevation model can identify the contour height generate and then the 5 meter, 30 meter, 20 meter and 10 meter. Option is very related. And sensor use basically digital elevation model can be identified. So definitely the 10 meter is the correct answer, option 4. Every sensor is having the capacity and to record and display information, and the display of information is bounded within the limits, and the sensor used in digital elevation model and can determine the object height and greater than 10 meters, and which is useful the detail interruption. So definitely the 10 meter is the correct answer in this question, and very important, don't forget the like button, and that is for inspiration for me. And IRS-1A and 1B satellite can carry with the following sensor, basically LIS 4, LIS 3, LIS 1 and LIS 5. Very interesting question. IRS-1A and 1B satellite can carry which of the following sensor? IRS-1A आप जानते होंगे पहला सैटेलाइट भारत के, और वहाँ पे जो कि लिस्ट 4, लिस्ट 3, लिस्ट 1 and list 5. Basically, list 1, the satellite IRS-1A and 1B have the list 1 and list 2 sensor which are mounted to their the board, and this will be enhance the capacity of the satellite and in turn the increase the covering capacity. So there are the list 1 is the correct answer, option 3 is the correct answer. So another question, which of the following can match the imagery of list 3 and pen? Very interesting question for you. Very interesting question. And there are the which of the following can match? Match basically here list 3 and pen. Here option there IRS-1B, IRS-1A, IRS-1C, and their IRS multi-sensor. Very interesting question for you. Basically, this is the correct answer, IRS multi-sensor. Why you choose their IRS multi-sensor? Basically, IRS multi-sensor is having the capacity to match the imagery of list 3 and the pen. Basically, this will improve the quality of life and output the enhance the image for the better resolution. So it is very interesting. IRS multi-sensor is the correct answer and this question. Next, another question. Pan sensor. Pan sensor used to band operator. Basically, they are the true and false. Pan sensor used to band operator. Basically, it is the false. Basically, the panchromatic sensor is placed on the board of IRS-1C and one. There are the this is having the capability of handling only a single band, and which will be any of wave in the electromagnetic spectrum. So definitely it is the false, and also there are the it is the last question it was, and thank you for watching my channel, and there are the more video, and once again I will call you my another video, and definitely must will watch, and there are the some very interesting session, and try I try to there are the giving some presentation also, and मेरे चैनल पर इस तरह बहुत सारे वीडियो है, आप देखना चाहते हैं तो जरूर हमारे चैनल विजिट करें, और ताकि हमारे चैनल में इस तरह जो वीडियो है आपको हम दिखा पाएंगे। और जिन लोग यहाँ पे मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि यहाँ पे मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगा कि लास्ट ऑफ ऑल, thank you to all for watching and continuously their observe my video, and also there are the live chat. And another video I try, there are the live classes, also the NtA NET and also the PhD guidelines. And if you are new, must to subscribe and like button. Thank you to all.